you know what? Yes, I want black characters. Yes, I do. Okay? But can you just make a black film? Can you not just do that? Can you just create a new black princess? Can we just do that?
Yeah.
Why do we have to take out all the white characters and put in the black character? I don't understand.
Hey family, welcome back to our channel. We are Velvet Devotion, aka Mr. and Mrs. B. And for anyone who may be watching for the first time, we are Christian worship leaders here in our home church in London. And this channel is all about encouraging artists and helping them to deal with the issues that may come up as a result of their creativity. So today, we've got an interesting topic to talk about, haven't we, Mrs. B? Mrs. B is not happy. From the title, you may have seen that Disney is coming out with a new movie. And I'm going to let Mrs. B take it from here because Disney, the original Disney, as she says to me, is very, very precious to her heart. So very near to her heart. Miss, what's going on?
Okay, so basically, once again, Disney, and I feel like I'm not alone here, Disney have decided to, for whatever reason, add every type of woke agenda in their trailer for Peter, Pan and Wendy, which I just don't even know why Wendy's name needed to be there. And I'm just offended. And I just feel like so many people are offended. So for those of you who may not know, for the longest time now, Disney have been gradually redoing their original movies. And instead of just sticking to the story, for some reason they feel like they need to race swap. They need to add their agendas. There has to be a strong female character in every role, even if the role is not even about a female. And it's just irritating. It's irritating. It's disrespectful. I'm sorry, but why? Like, your fans loved the original. So why don't you just stick to the original? So anyway, I'm going to just point out all of the things that I personally felt was disturbing in the trailer. And it was interesting because I know that when The Little Mermaid came out, well, the trailer for The Little Mermaid came out because it still hasn't come out yet. There was a lot of backlash. People were basically saying they didn't want the race swap in, which was, it was irritating to me. I'm not going to lie. And I'll get onto that in a minute. But I didn't see, there were a lot of people who did like it and a lot of people who didn't like it. Whereas when this trailer came out, I was amazed. They had like 19,000 or 20,000 comments. And I remember just scrolling, this was yesterday, scrolling through the comments, scroll. And every single comment was somebody mocking Disney and going, why have you done this? And I've never seen anything like it, to the point that now Disney have disabled their comments. So we're gonna just watch a bit of a review right now, and then we're going to kind of stop in between and just comment. And yeah, anyway, let's get going.
Over the past several years, you have some people that have remained in denial about what Disney's doing. They refuse to admit the truth about their agenda. But at this point, it's impossible to do that. We have yet another live-action remake that just got a new trailer, Peter, Pan and Wendy. And what do you know? It's already It's already been destroyed, just like we saw for Pinocchio, just like we've seen for The Little Mermaid, and now here we are for Peter Pan and Wendy. And of course, this is one of the images that is drawing a lot of people's eyes. Tinkerbell, race swap Tinkerbell, black Tinkerbell in the live action remake. And of course, not only is Tinkerbell race swapped, but you also have a very interesting looking Peter Pan. This is Alexander Maloney as Peter Pan. Tinkerbell's black. Peter Pan is brown, and this is another woke disaster for Disney. And I would play this entire trailer for you guys so you can react to it. But unfortunately, Disney, for some reason, anyone who reacts to this trailer, they're blocking the videos worldwide. Not just to claim, no, They are blocking the videos. They are trying to hide from all of the controversy surrounding this. You've seen that not just with, I saw Drunk 3PO's video got blocked. Gary and Az's stream got blocked. I saw a Black Conservative Perspective had to blur out his video for copyright because his was getting blocked as well. But I will share just a little bit with you guys, just so you can understand what this is all about. Of course, this is going to be all about Wendy. Wendy's going to be the hero. But why don't we show when she finds the lost boys? Should we do that?
Are you
Lost boys?
every last one of us?
But you're not all boys.
So?
You cannot make this up.
Gosh.
Everything we've been saying about Disney for the past several years, about how they're placing the priority on identity politics, how they don't care about the source material, even when it's their own source material, it has all come to life in this trailer. You're not all boys. Well, they are all race swapped. They're all as many different.
Yay. Well, this guy who's done this video, he's one of few. He's one of many. He's one of many that are coming out and speaking out about this. And as you heard, Disney are not happy with people's responses. But the thing is, people are tired, man. People are just tired, and we're living in a day and age where everyone's got access to a mobile phone now. Everyone's got access to the internet, and what you're finding is, more people are happy to speak their mind about what they feel about these things. They're not going to hold back, and people are getting smarter by means of, okay, so Disney's going to block out negative comments. Okay, so they might use some sarcasm. They might do something where it looks like it's going to be a positive comment, but really what they're saying is, we're not happy about this. Why are you mocking us? So Disney, what are you doing? I'm going to let you fill in, because I know this is really close to your heart. So I'll just,
Okay, so the first thing I want to say is, when I was growing up, I spent a good majority of my childhood in hospital. And so because of this, I had problems with my legs and I couldn't walk. So I basically had to watch TV. That was the only thing I was really allowed to do. And so part of my escapism was Disney films, because they were amazing. They were amazing, okay? And okay, we didn't have any black characters when I was growing up. We had Aladdin, and that was our one brown people reach, okay? But guess what? I didn't care. Like, don't get me wrong, I would have loved to see black characters, but the stories were so good that they made your whole childhood amazing.
Yeah.
They made your entire, like, for me, the women were inspirational. The men were manly. I was like, I could marry Aladdin. I could marry Prince Eric. I could marry the Beast. I mean, you get the point. You get the point. I was so... I just loved the stories, and I loved the morals in the story. I love that in the end, like, just to give you an example, Little Mermaid, was she an idiot for disrespecting her father? Yes. But she learned real quick, okay? Don't do it. Listen to your dad. Pay attention, okay? And there was always a moral. There was always okay, so even when you're doing something you shouldn't be doing, you're going to reap the consequence of that thing, okay? And really, good will prevail. That was the ultimate message. Good will prevail. Right. And I will say, for me personally, the only movie that I think that they did the live action remake that actually went well so far was the Cinderella. I think it was in 2015. And it was because they kept to the same storyline. Cinderella was a beautiful, wonderful girl, but what made her amazing was the fact that she was kind-hearted and a lovely person. Okay, then they made, even though, which was weird to me, because I was actually not expecting them to do this, they made Prince charming. They basically made him actually more of a good character in the live action. They gave him more depth, but he was a good, strong, manly man, and he was amazing. She was amazing. The evil stepmother was fabulous, darling. She was fabulous. Yeah. And you just loved it. You loved it all. And it was awesome. But for some reason, and I don't know what this reason is, I don't understand, because clearly we don't like it. Every single film, there has to be a strong woman, even if A strong woman that's stronger than the main man character, okay? There has to be a strong woman. There has to be a race-swapped someone. You know what? Yes, I want black characters. Yes, I do, okay? But can you just make a black film? Can you not just do that? Can you just create a new black princess? Can we just do that?
Yeah.
Why do we have to take out all the white characters and put in the black character? I don't understand. Like, for me, like, even again with The Little Mermaid, it made no sense to me to make her black. Because first of all, I'm sure she was like, it was a Dutch fairy tale in the first place. But then it was like, and the original, the reason it worked so well was because you had Ariel, all of her 7 sisters, King Triton, and then you had this Jamaican Sebastian, who was secretly the black character that we were all loving, right? And even though he was a crab, it was like, yes, the culture Sebastian, yes. And so now, are you going to make King Triton black? Are you going to make Eric black? Are you going to make all of her sisters black? What's happening? I just don't understand. I don't understand why you did this. I don't understand. And I know it just seems so unnecessarily passionate. But it's like you're taking my nostalgic memories and crushing them. You're destroying the characters that I fell in love with. And with Peter, part of the whole reason why you love Peter Pan is because not only was he the manliest man in the whole island of Neverland, and yes, he was a boy, but as a child, you were like, oh my goodness, this boy is the most amazing boy ever. And then Wendy was the polar opposite to him. She was the most feminine, graceful young woman, okay? And what made her special was that she was motherly,
right.
She was feminine,
right.
She was elegant,
yeah.
She helped them to understand love and compassion and bedtime and all of these things, and she helped to wrangle them with her femininity. And that was what was missing. So for you to have these dirty Butters lost girls, I don't understand.
Can we say Dutty and Butters on our Christian YouTube channel?
Yeah, I think we can. Because I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But you know what's deep? You put in these black girls, yeah? And you didn't even do their hair. And don't get me wrong, I get it, yeah? But that was the whole... but that was one of the whole reasons why they were lost boys.
Yeah.
Because this is how boys would live.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Why did you have to make these girls look so bedraggled? Like, why did you have to make them so bedraggled? And why is Captain Hook so hook up? I understand. I understand that he's Captain Hook, but Captain Hook was always had a little bit of charm there. You know, when you look at Hook from what's that guy?
And obviously, guys, this is assuming. Go and watch the trailer so you understand where we're coming from.
Okay,
Yeah,
yes.
and
Watch the trailer. But you know, with Robin Williams, Captain Hook had a bit of swag. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even with the other 2 Peter Pan films, Captain Hook was always like, he always was on point. He cared about his looks. This Captain Hook looks dead up. He looks like he's a walking dead. Yeah. I don't understand why Captain Hook looks so bedraggled. I don't understand why these girls look so bedraggled. I just don't understand the bedraggled nature of any of it. And it's just so shocking. And it's like, why is Wendy's name even there? This whole film was about Peter Pan. And Wendy...
That was the joke for me, is like, oh, Peter Pan and Wendy. Like, why? Why is she there? Like, we know she's in the film, but why does she need to be in the title? Like,
and then Tinkerbell. I have to say, one of the main things about Tinkerbell that I loved was that she was so cute, she was so beautiful. And I'm only saying this because normally Hollywood would always they would show women, specifically in these times, they would show women to be really skinny. They would never have any figure. So I remember with Tinkerbell, seeing her and seeing how she had a full figure, even though she was a tiny little fairy, and just being so like, you know, she was amazing. And it was like, that was all the representation I needed at that point. So, and don't get me wrong, I understand that yes, we do need black representation, we do need coloured representation, but just do what you did with Black Panther. Just bring out a black princess. Are you telling me you couldn't get a princess from Zimbabwe, a princess from Ethiopia, a princess from Egypt, or a princess from Nigeria? Are you telling me, come on, let me just stop talking. and let's just finish watching, and then we'll get to the next couple of points.
As many different possible races as you can fit into a 3-second clip. That's what they're doing. And no, they're not all boys. So, and the fact that that it was just too offensive to have the Lost Boys be boys. There's already female representation in this story. That's why Wendy's there. That's why Tinkerbell's there. That's why Tiger Lily's there. There is female representation in the story of Peter Pan, but that's not enough. This trailer is an absolute joke. This thing is getting completely and totally blasted right now. Twitter is pissed over Black Tinkerbell, would rather have new POC characters. People think Disney's choice to make Tinkerbell black in the upcoming Peter Pan and Wendy flick instead of making a new character for a person of color is a terrible move, and now Twitter is up in arms over it. What a shock. In case you missed it, Disney dropped a trailer for the live-action film Tuesday, with fans getting the first look at Yara Shahidi as everyone's favorite pixie, but a bunch of people are complaining about the switch-up, saying it feels like the company's more interested in image than inclusivity. Disney couldn't care less about making new stories with POC characters. They just put POC people to play white characters, and that shows, one, how lazy Disney is, and two, how racist this is. It's like they don't think people of color deserve their own stories. But Tinkerbell's iconic look is literally the blonde hair and blue eyes. Nothing's wrong with the loose representation, but why they keep changing it that already has a staple look? We know why they're doing it. We know why they're doing it. We've been talking about this for a long time. If you're ignoring this, you're part of the problem. If you're refusing to accept that this is intentional, they didn't just want the best person for the job. They cast her because she's black. In the same way they cast Halle Bailey for Little Mermaid because she's black. In the same way they cast Rachel Zegler for Snow White because she's not white, right? There's a reason that they're doing this. And it's clear they're trying to pander to this audience. Unfortunately for them, it's not working. 137,000 dislikes to 26,000 upvotes. And the comments are exactly what you'd expect, just getting trolled and roasted. The first cartoons are forever in our heart. No remake will replace them. I love the part where Peter says to Wendy, "Come with me if you want to live," in an Austrian accent. Literally gave me chills. I love the part where Peter Pan said, "Wendy, let's go to Neverland because it's too expensive to go to Disneyland." I love the part where Peter said, "Do or do not, there is no try." Truly one of the moments of all time. Another embarrassing moment for Disney as they are once again getting absolutely and totally destroyed.
So this is crazy. There's a couple of things about this. Let's break it down just slightly. For us as artists, the thing that we can learn from this is acknowledge your flaws, acknowledge things that you've done wrong, and move forward from there. Don't have so much pride that you can't see the truth of the situation. In Disney's case, yeah, because we're talking to creators now, because obviously Walt Disney is past, so these are new people who's running Disney and doing these things. Okay, as the creators right now, you have to pay attention to your audience. We've been saying this through our videos, right? Pay attention to your audience. There's been recent experiences of this where people are not happy about it, yeah, and so at this time, what's going on is Disney is just shutting down everyone. They're blocking people's videos, reaction videos to this, and hopefully we don't. Well, I mean, we're not that big yet, so, but you know, they're blocking people's reactions because instead of addressing the problems publicly, they're just shutting them down. They're silencing people. That's really bad. Your pride is such that what you're saying is, we're so big, Disney's got such a coverage internationally that we can put out whatever we want, whatever political agenda, because we need to reach all these little minorities and be, one with Hollywood and whatever Hollywood is doing right now, that whatever we put out, people are going to like it no matter what. Okay. Wrong. Okay. We've seen recently, if you've seen the Rings of Power sequel to Lord of the Rings, it was a series that came out last year.
Let's not call it a sequel. Let's not disrespect.
It's not a sequel.
Let's not disrespect the Lord of the Rings.
An attempted series, okay, that came out last year. All right. Immediately, you had the introduction of colored characters, okay? Understood, in the real world, there are colored characters. But in in Tolkien's world, in the way that the films were made, they were made very specifically with a certain type of character in a certain part of the world. And so, colored characters, it's like, not really supposed to be there that much.
There were colour characters in the book itself in certain places, but you're just dashing them anywhere.
But they were putting them anywhere. So now you're making them elves, and then you're making them dwarves, and then you make the dwarf king's wife black, and then she's like, oh, we're gonna run this kingdom together. When was there ever a we? And this is the thing. The point that I'm making is, loads of people came out and said that there's a problem with this. We don't like this. Why are you doing this? And the creators of the Amazon, because this is an Amazon original now, the Amazon original creators came out and were saying, well, you guys are just racist and you guys are just was it misogynistic and and prejudice. Basically prejudice, and they were basically just accusing everyone else of having a problem, but they weren't realizing that you're the one. They made that. You made this show, and so if people don't like it, you can't be cussing everyone else. Like, this is your audience. These are the people that are consuming your product.
Or you can't gaslight and act like it's not happening by deleting comments,
like,
by
come on,
shutting down the comments.
It's happening. People aren't happy about it. And so similarly with Disney, it seems that we're taking a similar turn here. And Disney is following this woke agenda very closely. And they're trying to make out like everyone is cool with this stuff. And they're just not. So what do you have anything to add, Miss?
No, I think the point in all of this is, remember, as an artist, your gifting is not for you.
No.
When you are an artist,
100%.
Your gifting, especially as a Christian artist now, your gifting, your design is for others to be blessed by what you do.
100%.
You might have someone like Beyonce, but if Beyonce could not perform, what would she have? What would be the point of her gift? Do you understand? If you are a singer, your singer is for other people to be blessed by that.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Nobody's out here like, yes, I'll just sing for myself. If that was the case, nobody would need to sing for them. Nobody would need to be famous. Do you understand what I mean? The point and from our perspective as Christians, right, we believe that God has designed everyone for a purpose. So as creative people, he has designed us to actually express the soul, glorify him, bring people peace, joy. All of these things come from the gift that you have, whether it's acting, singing, poetry, expression, glorifying God's name, helping people to regulate their emotions even, right? And so if your audience does not like what you're putting out, you're missing the point. You cannot just make things and insist that people must like it. If your audience does not like it, they just don't like it.
Yep.
And you need to, and it's not to say that you can't still have certain things that you like that other people don't like. No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, if you're putting out music and nobody likes it, you need to adjust that. If you want to make money from it, at least. If you just want to sing in your mom's basement, that's fine. Okay? But if you want to make money from it, or if you want to, especially as a Christian artist, if you're doing something that's going to glorify God and bring attention to him, if people don't feel like they can worship to your music because your music is not good, that's a factor. Do you understand?
Yeah. And in the same way, it's not meeting its purpose.
Exactly.
You're not achieving a purpose.
So when you're a movie company, your purpose is to put out movies that people love, right?
And they had that. Disney had that for
whether
years.
You're a Christian or not, that is really what's happening. And Disney had this die-hard audience. I was one of these people, okay? And it was so funny to me because even with I remember watching Princess and the Frog. I remember they hyped up Princess and the Frog. Like the first black princess. And don't get me wrong, I love Princess and the Frog. I thought it was so funny. Yeah, I thought it was really amazing, just the way that they did certain things. And I understood that they based it on a real person's life. However, there were things that I didn't like even about that. First of all, I didn't like the fact that all of the witchcraft people were all black. Yeah, I didn't like the fact that Princess Tiana couldn't just be a princess. She had to be a working girl, and she only became a princess once she kissed a non-black prince. Okay? I'm just pointing it out.
All right, that's what happened.
Then, and when you think about it, all the other Disney princesses, they all kiss their counterparts, or they get with their counterparts. Whereas for some reason, Tiana had to get with some man from wherever he was from. Yeah? And it bothered me. Then her prince was also a scoundrel. Like, he was just talking about girls, and he was lazy, and there was nothing chivalrous or honorable about him. Yeah, he was just any man.
He was a bum.
He was a hobo, but just happened to be a hobo with money.
Yeah.
And so, he became a better person towards the end.
He didn't even have money though. That was the joke.
His parents had money.
His parents had money.
So he was a nice person towards the end, but I couldn't help but notice that this was the direction that they went in, right? When it came to our princess, okay? And now it feels like we don't really want to give you your own movie. We'll just dash you in there with other people. And why? 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 I just don't understand.
It doesn't make sense.
And my thing is, if you just don't want to have black people in your films, then just don't. Just don't. Just because let's be real. Little Mermaid was beautiful how it was. Cinderella was beautiful how it was.
To be honest, let's be real. If Disney never had anyone black in it, they would still be successful, and black people would actually still like it.
Yeah, because the story was a good storyline.
It was a good story.
They were all good storylines.
And yeah, of course, black people, we want representation in the media. Of course we do, yeah? But if someone's brand is very specific, it's specific. At the end of the day, that's their brand. And there's always going to be the odd person who's going to be like, oh, well, why don't you have any black this? Why don't you even black that? And like we're saying, if you're going to make something black, make it originally black. Don't turn something white into something black. It just, no one likes it.
Because you're also taking away representation from certain white people as well.
Yeah.
Like, other than Brave, which was the dustiest film of all time, there was no white ginger girl really as a princess aside from Ariel. Okay, so, or redhead should I say, so I'm pretty sure that everyone who was redheaded kind of identified with Ariel, and now you've just replaced her with a black
black redhead. What's that? What is that?
Don't get me wrong, I've seen black people with red hair, but I'm just saying that's not who she was.
They are a super minority.
And I'm just,
at least naturally. So.
And I'm just saying that's just not who she was. Do you understand? That's the point. It's not who she was, and I don't think you need to be any kind of super intelligent to understand that concept. So yes, I think to be honest, there's so much that is to be said about this whole agenda that we could probably do a part 2 to this if it's still relevant. But we'll see how it goes. Let us know how you feel. Write down some comments. Tell us whether you agree or disagree. Obviously keep it respectful. We're going to try and be respectful with it, but at this point everyone I think is just fed up now.
I mean that's the general consensus, and like you said, scrolling through the comments yesterday, 19,000 comments, practically all of them were negative. Didn't see any really positive ones. So listen guys, if you've enjoyed this video, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for staying tuned. Stay tuned because we're going to do more content. We're looking to be more proactive on YouTube. But if you like this, please give it a like, leave a comment, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, tell someone else about it, share it with someone that you know or love. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace, guys.